Hi all, John Martin from Profiler Systems. I'm out the front of Nuflow Technologies in sunny Gold Coast, Queensland, and I'm about to go in and ask for an endorsement for my profiling system. I'll see you in there. All right, I'm fortunate enough to be here with the Managing Director of Nuflow. Ed, do you mind introducing yourself?
Thanks, John. My name's Ed Ahern. I'm the Managing Director of Nuflow Technologies. What do? We're a pipe rehabilitation company that specialises in manufacturing pipe rehabilitation materials and also doing that work. We're a franchisee network, so we have a number of franchisees around Australia, New Zealand and Southeast Asia, and we interact with them daily, weekly, in the installation of our products.
Great, thanks Ed. And why did you want a franchisee profile?
Well, in my early life, I was a plumbing contractor, and one thing I noticed about hiring people, the strike rate, if you're good, maybe 6 and 10. So anything that could improve my strike rate in hiring the right person, and it fits into our organisation, the better off we are. So when I was first exposed to profiling, possibly 20 years ago, I realised that a couple of things. One is that I was more likely to get the right candidate for the job, but secondly, I could see how that person would interact with me and interact with our team. You could have the right candidate, but they don't interact perfectly or synchronise with your team, John.
Yeah, so a good fit into the organisation is important?
I think so. Look, there's an old saying, if you're a footballer, that a champion team will always be the team of champions. So people, and same in business, you want people to work cohesively together and not be one out all the time. So that profiling helps you with that.
And you actually had a lot of input into the design of the tool. Tell us about that.
Well, I personally like profiling for the reasons that I've stated, but one thing I'd like to point out to you, and this is a little bit negative, but if I could say to you, could I take out the worst person I ever hired? If I never hired them, what would that have saved me? And I know in business, if you hire people, you're going to hire a dud occasionally, and more than occasionally. You'll do it more likely on a regular basis. But if you can limit that strike rate of hiring duds and the cost to your company that occurs when you hire a dud, aren't we better off for that? And that's one of the reasons why I was interested in this system. But I'm not a detail person. I like looking at things globally. I don't like getting into the nitty-gritty of item by item by item. And to be honest, I'd never be a profiler because you need to look at each item, each trait, and you form a view. And I believe that as most people who are entrepreneurs or employers are a little bit like me, they want to say, let's cut to the chase and give me the answer that I want. And I look at it this way. What's the chance of that candidate being successful in my business? And if you can give me a percentage, I can deal with that. If the percentage is 10%, I'd say, well, maybe that's not worth taking. I'll go for a different candidate. If the percentage is 70% or better, I think, well, hang on, I've got a fairly good chance that this candidate could work out. So I like that, and that's why I've tried to work with John and to give me those numbers.
Right, and essentially the report in the format it's in is the one you asked for.
That's correct, that's correct. So I look at the page and I can just quickly talk to you about this. Franchise comparison score. So that's someone who wants to join our network, and on this particular page here, their score rate is 79.75. Now there's other detail underneath that I don't even really look at. I know as a simple person that there's 8 chances in 10 that this person will work in our network because we've done all the background reconnaissance work to work out what makes a perfect franchisee, what are the traits we're looking for, and how they work in our company. And the work that John's done tells me that this particular candidate, whoever it is, they've got 8 chances in 10 that are going to be successful.
Yeah, great. Thanks for telling it like it is, Ed, and I appreciate all your support.
I wish you all the best, John. This is one of the best tools that I've come across. I wished everyone had the same passion for this program as I do.
Just run into Matt. He's on the Nuflow support team. Matt, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, hey there guys. My name's Matthew Bell. I'm from the Nuflow National Business Development Team.
Okay, Matt, can you give me an endorsement for the profiling? What can you say about it?
Yeah, I can absolutely give you an endorsement. As part of my role, I actually am actively involved in the franchise recruitment. I also then do the franchise support with onboarding and future support for that member. What I found and what I find really important is by doing the profiling, it actually helps us understand who we're working with, because it's important when you're recruiting someone for a long term that they're a good fit, we're a good match. And I've just found that we can identify that, and also we can then adjust our support because of what we've learned through doing the profiling.
Great, great. I was hoping you would say that. And how about personally? You've had done the profile. What's your take on it?
Well, initially I looked and I thought, wow, this is incredible. I actually reviewed the actual document myself. I thought, oh, there are a couple of things I didn't agree with, but when you and I discussed it afterwards, I actually was really impressed by how accurate. I was surprised how accurate something like that could be, right, to actually pick who I am and how I respond.
What I'm hoping is that you see that with the debriefing included, it has much more power.
Absolutely.
Right, in terms of ownership.
Yeah, that was totally where I got the best value was from that debriefing.
I'll just ask, because you are doing the recruitment, you're working with the franchise partners, have you had any feedback from any of them about the profiling?
Yeah, actually a lot of them are quite surprised. Same sort of feedback, that they're surprised that the profiling could actually pick certain traits about them so accurately. So it has been, overall, it's actually been pretty good.
All right, thank you very much, Matt. I won't shake your hand until next time I see you.
Okay, thanks, John. Pleasure.
Thank you.
All right, well, Jeff, I've got you on the line. I came into your workplace and they told me that you were working from home today, but thanks for taking my call.
John, my pleasure. So Jeff Hilditch, Nuflow's National Business Development Manager. We've been using Zoom for some 2 years now. So obviously with the current COVID-19, we've had to think outside the square and use different technologies. So yeah, thanks, John. Look, we're supportive of what John Martin has with his psychological tests and profiling. It helps us, one, with for new franchises coming on, to give them some honest feedback. It also helps once they join us for their recruitment of their own people. It's all about having an extra resource and a helicopter view or a different point of view. It's been most helpful for bringing some of the new people the last 2 to 3 years, including myself. So it was a great exercise to go through, and we've been utilising it for the last 3 years.
So as a takeaway, how is the fit of the new franchise partners and the support team's capabilities and the services you offer? That's an ongoing process, of course, but how is that going?
Look, very well. We've had 10 to 12 new franchises join us over the last 14 to 16 months. We've got another 6 in queue at the moment, which are going through a due process. So look, with what we're doing on Zoom and how we're reaching out and connecting with the support that you've given us, John, has been very helpful for both them and us. So yeah, very useful. Thank you.
All right. Well, look, I couldn't ask for a better endorsement, but I'm going to be talking to Ed Ahern as well, so maybe he can say a few things that you forgot. But in any case, I'm very grateful for your endorsement.
My pleasure, John. Best of luck.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye now.
Well, that went very well. I'm very happy with what they think of me. I wish they had told me sooner, but it's good to have an endorsement like that. And I just want to encourage you that I'd like to work with you on the same level of trust and cooperation as I have with Nuflow. Thank you very much. Bye.